Hi guys, I'm Sue7972. Welcome to the Katima XP show, and we're back. First of all, I'd like to sincerely apologize for being away for such a long time. For those of you who don't know, the Katima XP actually moved studios. We used to rent a small office space in the city, but as we continued to grow and as we continued to hoard stuff, we decided that it was time to move on and find some bigger space. So here we are. We actually moved out in towards the end of April, coming to June, and we found a nice cozy space in the outskirts of the city. It's a nice office space. We have more flexibility, and we're all very excited to get started. It's a little far from where we work, but we managed to work it out. And a lot of you are wondering, why haven't we uploaded any videos so far? Well, that's because we've been doing a lot of other projects to raise money to improve on this room. As you can see, we've got a few upgrades thanks to the new projects we've been doing. And so for those of you who have been feeling uneasy that we haven't been uploading any videos, we decided to upload this and give you a quick tour of our new gaming, entertainment, and recording studio. And hopefully, if you're trying to build a new geeky room or gaming room or improving upon your current room, you might get some good ideas here. So we'll give you a quick tour of our studio, see what we've been up to. So keep it right here at the Katima XP show. So here we are at the Katima XP room. We're gonna start the tour by going up. Then we're gonna move down, check out the PC. We're gonna go a little bit to the left, check out the PlayStation collection. Then go around and check out the shelves where there are a lot of references and where I keep my video games. Then we're gonna check out the couch with our Avenger pillows. Then we come in full circle back to our main setup. I know the rooms are still a little bland, but we're still working on the posters. We'll get to that in a bit. So, here on top, going left to right, we start with the motherboard, the Z97S SLI Crate Edition by MSI, the i7-4790K box, the GeForce 980 Ti, and of course we have the Razer on top there. All the boxes here are just collections of our PC builds, and really a lot of interesting things here. On the top, as you can see, is the 9800 GT, which is my old graphics card that I used about 5 years ago with my first ever gaming PC, and as you can see, we've come a long way. Coming into the center, I am proud to present to you my 7-year-old 40-inch Samsung HD TV. It's the second oldest electronic equipment we have here in the studio, and we bought it during the time when 1080p was still relatively new. We actually use this to watch movies and play console video games, and I'm still very happy with the color quality and the resolution, so it goes to show that as long as you buy the latest technology, you definitely will go a long way. On the right side, we have some spare headphones in case we have multiple people for recording. We have the Skull Candy Limited Edition along with the Boston Celtic 2008 Championship Edition and some wireless headphones. We love using Razer products here at our studio, and we try to stay consistent with the black and green theme. Just below the black and green PS4 controller is a Marvel K821 backlit keyboard beside the Razer Naga 2014 mouse. Got the OMD camera for outdoor shooting, and then under them all is the Razer Goliath Speed extended mousepad. Our main two headphones in the studio are the Razer Kraken Pro and Sony wireless headphones. The speakers are actually the oldest electronic equipment in this studio, going on for about 10 years now. It's a creative sound blaster with a subwoofer, and even until now, I still believe the sound quality is good for movies and video games, and until it dies, I don't think I plan to replace them anytime soon. Go ahead, judge me. All of you who own Bose speakers can suck it. Right below is the heart of this studio. I call it Darth Bob, the successor of Bob, my first ever gaming PC. It's running an i7-4790K overclocked at 4.3 GHz, a single GTX 980 Ti, and a humble 16GB of RAM. It's also running on 128GB of SSD paired with a 1TB hard drive, all in an Aero Cool case with a Darth Vader Decker that I put on myself. Now, moving on to the newest addition to our studio, our main monitor is the 34-inch ultra-wide Acer Predator 34X. It's a 1440p IPS panel capable of 100 frames per second with G-Sync technology. It took me 1 month just to get into the pre-order list and another month to receive the pre-order. Safe to say, this is very hard to find in Thailand and not a lot of people actually own this kind of monitor here in Asia. Moving to the left now, we have our main microphone for recording. We actually have about 5 mics here in the studio, but this one is our top of the line. It's a Shure USB microphone condenser along with a stand-in pop filter. To the very bottom of the left side is our main studio light when shooting, along with all of the Sony consoles I have owned growing up. Got the PlayStation, PlayStation 1, with the Action Replay or Game Shark as called in the West, PS2 Fat, PS2 Slim, with 8 MB memory cards. How did we do it back in the day? The PS3 Fat, the PS3 Slim, with the PS Vita on top. There is a slimmer PS3 out there, but I didn't get it because the PlayStation 4 was already coming out. Got the Metal Gear Legacy Edition, along with an original Final Fantasy PS1 game. PS4 is right beside with a spare controller just to the left side of the HD TV. Down below you can see my cable management. As you can see, not a single wire touches the ground. I strapped them all to the top of the PC table, and the table itself actually has a space in between to manage your wires as well. On the door I have some nunchucks and beanie hat, and to the right wall I have a combat hatchet, just in case of zombies. This is a Columbia BG stainless steel hatchet model 440 with velcro straps to the wall. I've been trying to make this wall look like a zombie preparational kit, and I will be adding more posters and maybe more zombie related weapons to this wall in the future. I know that the walls still look a little bland around the room, but like I said, this is still a work in progress, so if you have any suggestions, I would really appreciate them. Going downwards, I have some gaming magazines dating way back to 2005, and in the utility cabinet I have some console games on display. On the top of the cabinet I have my important tools such as screwdrivers and wire straps and other accessories that I will need immediately when working in the studio. Now, I don't have a lot of PS3 or PS4 games as I have moved to digital downloads, but I do have some classics such as Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4 and 5, and Infamous 1 and 2. Just a humble collection. Onwards to the top of the shelf, I have sort of like a Gundam shrine going on here. Now, everywhere I've lived, from the Philippines to Japan to Thailand, I've always had a 1/60 scale perfect grade Gundam on display like a worship shrine. It is a reminder of who I was and who I am today, and I continually seek inspiration from it. I worship anime and video games. That's just who I am. Moving from Japanese to more American mainstream, I have some reference books from various geek cultures such as Star Wars, Marvel, and DC Encyclopedia, The Witcher 3 Compendium, an R2-D2 bucket, and all of which are sandwiched between my retired Wii and Xbox 360. Below are some of my favorite novels. I'm a big fan of Tom Clancy novels, as you can see, especially The Hunt for Red October and Rainbow Six. I also like collecting novelties such as an old compass and film camera. I'm a hoarder, please forgive me. Going further down, I have some interesting old school tech collections such as floppy drives and Nokia phones I owned during its prime years. Got some Pokemon trading cards and Dragon Balls for good luck, and on display my first ever PC games, Command & Conquer Red Alert and Dungeon Siege. They are my treasured valuable. On the bottom, I don't have much, just an old portable CD reader, Pictionary game board, mint condition Gundam figure, and some manuals. On the top of the fridge, I have an old school Thrustmaster control stick for flight simulators, and on the side, I have a small collection of Warhammer figures. To the back end of the room, we have a sofa that can also bend into a bed. I decorated it with some cute Avenger pillows, and this is where we sit if we want to watch movies or play console games. Oh, and by the way, I apologize, but I completely forgot to add the right side where I keep my PC collections and some classic consoles that I owned in the past. From top to bottom, I got some Xbox 360 games along with some PC classics. Below that, I got the Nintendo GameCube, Sega Game Gear, and an old DS. At the bottom, we cap it all off with the epic fail Sega Saturn along with the classic Super NES. So that about wraps it up, guys, here at the Katima XP studio. Thank you so much for taking the tour with us. We hope you enjoyed it and maybe got some good ideas for your own geeky room in the future. I really worked hard to make this place look as awesome yet as clean as possible. If you have any suggestions or opinions, just leave a comment below and tell us what you think. As usual, like the video and please subscribe. Now that we've established ourselves in the new place, you're gonna see more videos on YouTube, and we'll see you again in our past, present, and future videos. Bye-bye!